The second part of the story. Investigators opted to have Susan's body autopsied by the forensic lab to determine the true cause of death. The report revealed high levels of glycol and ethylene, in addition to the drugs oxycodone and Xanax. In her system, the report indicated that this quantity of drugs was sufficient to easily end the life of an adult. The report ruled out any form of assault on Susan's life, primarily because no scratches or bruises were found on her body, except for marks on her nose, which the report suggested were caused by Gregory's attempts to resuscitate his wife. Based on all the information gathered, the investigators closed the investigation, declaring Susan both the victim and the perpetrator of the crime. They officially announced that she had taken her own life by consuming a large quantity of opioids and drugs containing ethylene and glycol. However, the victim's family disagreed with the investigators' final conclusion. Doubts persisted that Susan, a loving mother, would have taken her own life, even if she was suffering from a mental health condition. Furthermore, Susan's family knew she was receiving psychiatric treatment and had been prescribed several antidepressants, none of which included oxycodone. Therefore, the family ultimately hired a team of private investigators to look into the case. The investigators began by looking for anything unusual or suspicious. They quickly noticed that Gregory had cremated his wife's body shortly after the funeral. He claimed he did so because of an injury to Susan's nose sustained when he tried to resuscitate her. This explanation didn't seem plausible to the private investigators. They began to suspect that Gregory's true motive was to cover up any evidence that might implicate him in Susan's murder, as her family alleged. Consequently, the private investigators decided to pursue this line of inquiry to its conclusion. He hired more private investigators to place Gregory under constant surveillance. They quickly noticed some unusual behavior for a psychologist of his stature. Gregory frequently traveled to nearby Las Vegas, specifically to an area known for both drug trafficking and prostitution. He frequented the Orleans Hotel and Casino, a property located just before the Las Vegas Strip, a notorious establishment. He would stay there for no more than 10 minutes before returning to his car. The investigators suspected drug use. Given the brevity of his stays, they suspected Gregory might be addicted to an expensive drug, which would explain his frequent trips to Las Vegas. But more importantly, addiction to expensive drugs could lead Gregory to commit more serious offenses than simply frequenting disreputable Las Vegas establishments. The addict's need for money might have driven him to kill his wife to collect on her life insurance policy. Following this, investigators began examining the financial aspects of the case. They quickly discovered that Susan's life insurance policy was worth over $1 million. More importantly, they learned from the insurance company that Gregory had contacted them shortly before his wife's death to confirm his eligibility to receive the payout.